This is Gauranga Shata Nama, text 17. nirdanòi-sannyäsé särvabhauma-kåpämoya swänanda-äswädänandé sarva-sukhäçroya. So nirdanòi-sannyäsé, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled. He traveled as a sannyasi, and he was nirdanòi-sannyäsé. That means because he had taken sannyas, he was expected to have a danda. But because he had taken sannyas from the Advaita Sampradaya, so he had become ekadandi sannyasi. And as an ekadandi sannyasi, the ekadanda represents the oneness of Brahman. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although he had done that for the sake of gaining prestige from society, not for himself, but for having respectability for his message, at the same time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not accept the concept of impersonalism, of impersonal oneness. So, intuiting this cognitive dissonance within Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord, and there is no such thing as a cognitive dissonance within him. From the point of view, he is being the absolute truth. But from the point of view, he being as a manifester of certain pastimes in this world, including the pastime of taking sannyas from the Advaita Sampradaya. So there was a restlessness within him because he was carrying the cloth that was given by a sannyasi of the Advaitic school. So he decided to give up the sannyas danda. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's intimate associate Lord Nityänanda understood the inner mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he assisted the Lord by breaking the sannyas danda into three and throwing the three parts into the river. So the idea is that one sannyas danda is divided into three to indicate that actually there are three kinds of, you could say, fibers or whatever, three kinds of bodily faculties. The Tridandi Sannyasi, thus danda, is made up of three poles, three small thin poles tied together, whereas the Ekadandi Sannyasi has only one. So by breaking it into three, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associate Nityänanda symbolized that actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's sannyas was not actually Ekadandi, but was Tridandi. Because now his one danda had become three. After this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, because he is Paribraja Shiromani, he is the crest jewel of the renunciates. And now in the sannyas ashram also, those who are at the highest level of renunciation, those who are Paramhamsas, they don't carry sannyas danda. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is himself the Supreme Lord. So he is the shelter of all sannyasis, not to speak of being one of the sannyasis. He is not even the topmost of sannyasis. He is actually the Supreme Lord, the Lord of all sannyasis, who is manifesting the role of a sannyasi. So therefore, because the Lord is in the supreme position, Nityänanda felt that my Lord does not need any danda at all. Because by accepting the danda, people will think that he is at a lower level of sannyas. Therefore, he, after breaking the danda into three parts, threw it into the river. Into a river that they were passing while on their way to Puri. So that's how he is celebrated as Tridandi Sannyasi. Now he was Tridandi because, not that he carried a Tridanda, but because all three faculties, body, mind and words, were devoted to the service of the Lord. So Särvabhauma-kåpämoya. So Särvabhauma Bhaööäcärya his heart was dried by jnana. Although he was worshipping Jagannath, he was he was in charge of the temple of Jagannath, but still his ultimate conceptions were impersonal. And when he saw the ecstasy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he saw the erudition of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his heart was transformed. So from being a hard-hearted jnani, he became a soft-hearted devotee. In fact, the flood of love of God that was there in the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu over-flooded from his heart, through his head, through his lips, into the ears of Särvabhauma Bhaööäcärya, and from the ears into the head and into the heart of Särvabhauma Bhaööäcärya. And his heart melted, and it became filled with love of God. And thus, Särvabhauma Bhaööäcärya was able to become a great devotee. In fact, he became an intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya thereafter. And then, afterwards, sarva-bhauma-kåpämoya. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he conquered the heart of Särvabhauma. So, sarva-bhauma-kåpämoya. He was very merciful to Särvabhauma Bhaööäcärya. Swänanda-äswädänandé, sarva-sukhäçroya. Swänanda-äswädänandé. Swa-ananda. He relished happiness within himself, the supreme happiness of pure love. He was relishing by reciprocating, by remembering Krishna in the mood of Ranandi, Swananda-äswädänandé. He was relishing that happiness, and he was himself the reservoir of all happiness, sarva-sukhäçroya. All happiness resided within him, and because he is the source of all happiness, and through him, happiness went and overwhelmed many countless souls while he was present, and even after he has departed. That happiness is coming from He who is the reservoir of all happiness, sarva-sukhäçroya, onto all of us. So if we pray to Him and seek His mercy, then He who is the sarva-sukhäçroya will also grant us the ashray of the param sukha, ashray of the supreme spiritual happiness, by which we will become free from the miseries of material existence. Thank you.